So yeah, tell us your name, where you're from, and what languages you speak.
My name is Sineenat Khantaracha, but in Thailand they have a nickname, so everyone call me K. I'm come from Thailand, and what do you? Sorry.
And how many languages do you speak?
Oh, the language, yes, definitely Thai that we speak in, mainly. But as you said, as you know, like Thailand have different part of the, in our country, so different dialect that, I can speak two dialect the Thai.
What are those dialects?
Northeastern, which is like, close to the Laos border, which is another kind of like, a lot of people can understand, but not all Thai could understand that. So I can speak, originally a Thai language, like, the central one, and also the dialect from Northeastern Thailand. Yep.
Fantastic. Could you tell us a bit about yourself? So what you do for work and what you do for fun?
It's quite a long story, but if briefly, right now, currently, I'm a social worker, and I work with two organizations at Thai Welfare Association and also Advanced Diversity Services, which is like even two organizations, but I work with three programs, and I really love my job because I meet a lot of people with a lot of people come from different background, help you learn a lot of, their culture, and also, share a lot of experience of their life. So yeah, it's fortunately, I'm so happy to be in this position to, support people.
Beautiful. And what do you do outside of work?
Yep. I have family. Yeah. I have one son. Um, well, my hobby, after work, actually, because we live close to Brighton, and we really, happy with, walking to the beach, doing things, outside when we have a free time. And that's like the environment around is just like very support us to have a good family, like exercise and do the things in our personal life.
Beautiful. Would you mind telling us a bit about your migration experience?
I first came to Australia in 1996, and as a student visa. During that time, it just like, because my English is so poor, and as it's so hard for me to understand, Australian accents. And I'm start to push myself because I know this is going to be hard for me to being learned, because my aim during that time just continue study at higher degrees, like master degrees or something like that. So I pushed myself a lot during that time when I was a student study English. Then after I finish, I have a chance to enroll to marketing at Western Uni for the like a kind of like diploma course. And then after I finished that, I continue study at Macquarie University at International Communication. And after I finished that, it just come up in the air. Maybe God just like direct me. They start the government just open for the skill migration, and then I try. I talked to my mom that if I'm not go back to Thailand now, but I'm trying to apply for skill migration, and then I am looking for a job. If I, get a job or, do anything kind of like, support myself to stay here, is she going to be okay? She said, okay, you can try. So I did apply for skill migration, and then I got accepted within 3 months. And I applied for the job, and then I got a job at Australian Security Industry Association to kind of like working in giving people cable license, sorry, and they kind of like people who connect the socket or do the cabling or underground or things like that. They need to register for the license. So I work with that, doing the license for them. And then after that, I got married because I found my husband here, and I was pregnant, and then I decided to, took the maternity leave, and when I gave birth, I didn't go back to work at the ACL anymore, so I'm looking after. I was look after my son, and then we decided to kind of like during the time we stay in the city, so we decided to move to Rockdale because my mother-in-law living in Cochra, because we need her support. And I talked to my husband that we need to because regarding the financial and the thing, I need to go back to work as soon as I can. So when my sons turned 2.5, I'll send him to Roslyn Hall, the childcare at Rockdale. And he was very happy with the with friend, with teacher, and everyone's around. So after that, we decided to look for the place to buy and live in Rockdale. So right now we live in Rockdale since then. And and then when Oscar, my son, turned 3, I got a chance to work with Thai Welfare Association, and then we do outreach at Rockdale. Thai Welfare is they have an office in city, but they do outreach in Rockdale, which is during that time they call Migrant Resource Center in Rockdale. So I'll do outreach, and then after that, is about the funding and things like that. Thai Welfare got seed the funding from the Department of Immigration, and then they kind of like the ADS, Migrant Resource Center, they got the funding. So that's why they talk to each other, because they can't get anyone who can support the Thai client. So that's why I got a job from Migrant Resource Center, which is now they changed to Advanced Diversity Services. So I start working with both of them since then. Sorry that I skip a bit. Thai Welfare, actually I work for full time, but once I ADS, they offer me a position. So that's why I work for ADS 4 days and Thai Welfare 1 day. So I'm still working with two organizations. But with ADS, I have 2 programs, which is fortunate for me. One program is a settlement program, which is working with the Thai client with that the same background that I can support all the Thai client who migrate to Australia. And another program called SIS, Specialized and Intensive Support Service, which is about it's help humanitarian or refugees, which is come from all over. Mainly my clients come from Iraq, Iran, Afghan, something like that. So I'm such a fortunate, working in these 2 positions to support people in different language background and also culture background. Yeah.
Beautiful. And if you don't mind me asking, why did you migrate to Australia?
Okay. First of all, I think, because I think it's a lot of factor. During that time, I just thought I might be here for a while to, get some experience, working in overseas, because in Thailand, I got offered a job as well, but I compromise with my mom, see if I can be here to get an experience. But anyway, I met my husband. That's why I can't go back. Since I get married and then be here. I'm so happy with that. To living in Australia.
And did you come here with family, or did anyone you know come here, or you come here by yourself?
First of all, actually, my close friend, who was the one who told me Kay, come to study together. And we have a English course that we can come together. And then, during the time I got a good job as well. I'm just, kind of hesitate during the time. Anyway, but with my close friend, happy to come with her. So I decided to quit the job and everything organized. And then, but at the end, finally, she didn't come. Just only she has some issue and she didn't come. However, it's good that she, allowed me to stay with her cousin here in Australia during when I arrived. And then after I stay and finish my English, then I continue with my further education. Then I move out to stay with my friend from the uni.
Let's talk about this area. Why did you choose to move to this area specifically? What are your favourite things about living in the St. George area?
First of all, my mother-in-law living in Cobra, so that's why we decide to live to be close to each other, to support each other. And secondly, my son really loved the school, and also he's very happy with his friend around this area. And secondly, before my husband working at St. George Hospital as well, so that's why it's everything so close to this area. And I'm so happy to be here because it's close to school, hospital, and also very convenient, close to the beach, and you can walk there to exercise, and so that's why we choose to live in this area.
How have you built connections to the community?
Right. You mean community in Australia or in this
area?
In this area? Actually, I'm fortunately, I'm lucky to be work in this position. All the events or anything that some of the events I are part of. Person to organize, such as the group session that I organize for the people. So that's why I meet with a lot of clients who come from different areas, and when they have their own festival or even the events or anything, if I have a chance, I join them. So really, know Nepalese people around the area, which is they have always have the kind of festival or a nice festival, and Afghan people that they kind of have some special events that I can join. Anyway, as my Australian multicultural society that we live in, so many people come from different backgrounds, and I think I try to attend any kind of any event or this festival that they organize. But apart from that, not just only my personal personal life to link to the community here. It's just because of even my son, when he was so young, he's really loved to go to Rockdale Library, and we I took him there, meet with people, mother, and sometimes some storytelling over there, and kind of we start building a small thing, and then we have a network in this area, in kind of Rockdale area. I know the mother from from the school, and we kind of link together to support each other. yeah, after that, yeah.
And how about your connections to your own culture and family? How do you maintain connections to those things?
Oh, in the past, it's so hard for me because to buy a phone card to call international call is so expensive. But yeah, in the past, I try to I'll contact them through phone, and also kind of like go back to my country to visit them once a year at least. And but right now, technology just help me. Even you're physically far away, but you feel like you're home as well, because I'll talk to them over the chat line. See them every day. So yeah, it's not. Yeah, I'll feel like be in the two country without any problem at all.
I know you've touched on this a bit earlier, but what is your experience with language moving here?
Accent. The Australian accent is so hard to understand for me, and also my English is so poor as well. So that's why at the beginning it's so hard. But I just like I have to made up my mind, like, because before I'm so shy, I'm not, I'm so afraid to ask what is what does it mean or whatever. I'll just every time when people say, I'll just say yes, and or accept it without understanding. Anyway, I just kind of like reason myself, like make up my mind, like if I'm not understand anything, I need to ask. That's my slogan, like ask before fail or something like that. Like you need to ask, otherwise you're gonna be if it's wrong, then you can't. You can do it right in quite a few minutes. You have to be, make sure you have to spend more time. So that's why better to ask than, sorry.
Yeah, that's good. And you've been here a while then, and how do you feel about the changes you've seen to this area over the time you've been here?
When I moved to rent the house in Rockdale, during that time it's very quiet, very peaceful, not many people. But right now everything changed, like all the unit, high rise and everything's people just moved to live in this area. A lot of people that come from different background, and I can see the different, like the population is grown a lot, and also the shopping, like the restaurant. Even before when I moved in, probably hardly to have Thai restaurant, but now there's a lot now. So yeah, that's the change. But however, regarding Brighton and my lovely beach, is still not changed much. It's kind of like the natural thing is still the same, and not much about all the building or anything. The beach is still quite the same.
Yeah, lovely. And finally, what message would you like to share with visitors to the community or future generations?
Yeah, I think first of all, I really want to, I feel deep down in my heart. I just feel like I want to thank the indigenous people who allow us to be living or working in this country, and kind of like because we live in a lot in the area, and a lot of people, I think if we do respect each other and kind of like support each other, if you see something wrong or not safe, then you can help each other by reporting, like kind of like do the right thing in the community, and support each other. That's what I think is the main thing.
Thinking about the Australian accent. Do you mind just saying that bit again?
Yep. Sorry, can I just say now? Oh, okay. Yeah. With some. Should I start from the Australian accent is quite hard to understand. Is that okay?
That's it.
Okay. For me, the Australian accent is quite hard for me when when I first came to Australia, and it's you as my personally very shy person, I'm not asking, so that's why it's make me somehow in a bad situation, which is I couldn't understand the questions, but I say yes anyway. So I try to push myself and also set up my mind if I'm not understand anything, I need to ask. That's the matter. It's gonna be bother them or whatever, but it's better to ask them to clarify the thing before you answer it. That's what my personal way to sort it out about the accent.
Yeah, whenever you're ready, if you'd like to tell us what you brought and sort of talk us through it.
Yep. So this is the my son's.
What's wrong? Sorry. No. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, this is my son's artwork. Back into year, I think 2000 something. I remember. I can't see anyway. Yeah, when he was only 3.5 or something. That's I made. He made it. He just he's I put him to the childcare called Rosalind Hall in Rockdale, and they have a competition to do the sparkling and shape at Rockdale Library, and Oscar just made this and he won the first prize, and he got a chance to get the kind of like the prize from the mayor on that day. So my mother-in-law and my father-in-law went to the to that day as well. So it's quite, I'm so proud of him on that day, and he kind of like what happened, didn't know what happened, but just very happy with all his artwork. Yeah, that's it.
And is there anything else you'd like to add or touch on?
For you mean
anything else you want to say?
The back to 2022, this is what the incident that happened to me. I'd just like to share with you. This is made me very, very such impressed with the support. What happened was I drove my husband to work, and the little cat, the kitten, just jumped into my engine, and then I have to stop the car. During that, my husband now moved to work in Prince of Wales Hospital. So that during that time is Anzac Parade. When I stopped the car just that's a peak time. It just a long and luckily the lady on the opposite side, she just parked the car and she just ran to me. The kitten's inside. Yes, I know. So I have to try to move my car on the side, and then everyone just jump out of the car to help me try to get the kitten, but not success. I'll call RSPCA, I'll call all the any organization or any where to if they can support, even in RMA, and also what they call anyway, sorry, yeah, RSPCA, that's the main. So no one can help because, no one available. And the guy that came to help me, and he said, oh, you need to probably careful, drive your car back home and try to call them again. So I'm so scared during that time. I'm just, scared that, the little cat gonna be, get, I'm not sure, somewhere the wheel might be, hit him or whatever. So when I arrived home, I called RSPCA again, and RSPCA said, okay, we will transfer you to the 000, the fire brigade. And then, because it's locked, the fire brigade is just probably 5 minutes from my place. Anyway, when they transferred the call, I talked to them. I said, oh, I'm nearly bursting here because when I arrived home, at the beginning I heard the noise, ew, ew, but after that it just, no more noise. So I'm I'm very upset. So I told them that, I didn't hear the noise anymore, and I really, I'm not sure what I can do. So and he said, that's okay. And he said, wait for me. And then he hung up, and I hung up. Within 2 minutes, the fire brigade just came to my place, and, 4 fire brigade came to my car, and then, tried to help. Take about nearly 45 minutes, and then I got a little kitten out of my car, and then they said, what you gonna do? I said, probably we need to take the kitten to the vet and see what I can do. I'm not sure, might be get the house for the kitten, and they said, okay, you can do that, right? I said, okay, I can do that. So I brought the cat to the vet, and they look after, and then they tell them a story. So they didn't charge me anything. They just look at that, and they said, are you gonna take him? It's a boy cat, a male cat. So they said, if you take him, then we can put the name and everything. I said, I will talk to my husband, but see how I go. Talk to him first and see if we can adopt him or not. And then, after they look after, I brought him home, and then we kind of he's so cute. And then my husband and my son accept to have a kitten, so that's why we look after them. And then next day we just saw the red pal walking around. I'm just so stunned with that. Brushed the kitten to the vet again, and they said, oh, we're so sorry that we didn't check carefully. We look at that, it's the pal, what probably with the he get touched with some, not sure, some hot spot or something, is peeled off, and then with the blood, and then so they look after him, and then they help kind of treat him. And then after that I told them that, okay, I'll definitely gonna adopt him. So we named him Anzac. So I just feel people around the area, even the vet, the fire brigade, and even my friends, at ADS, when they knew about this story, they just kind of very supportive. They are the vet didn't charge me any cents, and then they support to for me. For me to have the kitten, and my friend at work, once they know the story, and then they just give the food and things, and I'm such a lovely vibe around this area. Yeah.
Beautiful.